of. But still on the other end, we're seeing protesters and the number obviously increasing by the minute. We'll be going back to Chris Tairu shortly for more. But for now, though, let's also break some news that just over a week after a building collapsed in Huruma, killing 51 people, another one has collapsed in Mombasa. The two-story building is said to have housed a supermarket. There is no information on injuries so far. And we want to speak to our Francis Ontomo, who's joining us from Mombasa. Francis, if you can hear me, give us all the details that you have right now about this collapsed building.
Hello, good morning, Betty. And actually, it is a six-story building here at the Nyali. It's a busy mall here that houses several business outlets here, supermarkets, popular nightclubs, and several other businesses. And what actually transpired is that an exterior part of the Nyali mall, of this mall actually came down crashing at about 4:30 a.m. That is the information that we have. And so far, we have not really seen authorities on ground to try and look into the debris on what may have happened. So far, what we're getting from police officers in this part of the town, they are saying that the building came down at 4:30. No one has been injured. That is the conclusion that they have made. But actually, you have been on the ground and you've seen the debris, and you will actually question why they have made that conclusion so quick, because really they have not really perused through these rebels and the debris so that they are able to really make that particular conclusion. But as it stands now, there is a bit of panic here at the Nyali Mall where it has happened, and we have seen people trying to really question why this particular exterior part of the building was joined onto this particular building. And this is the question that many people are asking here. We understand that we are also expecting to be seeing the structural engineers of this particular building to come in here to address us and to talk about this part that has collapsed. But as it stands now, no reports have been given on anyone who has been injured. And as it stands, it looks like investigations now are beginning here, because police have already cordoned off this particular section of the building, and no one is allowed to get into that particular section as they try to find out more about what transpired, Betty.
Right. Francis, I obviously know that, you don't have, like too much information right now, as it has just happened. It happened a few hours ago. But questions, the question would be, do we know what caused the building to collapse? Is it a new building?
The conversation with the police commander for the region here, Francis Onjoy, and is what actually alluding to the fact that there were strong winds at around 4:30 a.m. That particular time, many people are making speculation that perhaps it could be the rains, but at that time there were no rains. And it could be this particular strong winds that have been being witnessed around this area. But of course, it has been an on and off sort of rainy season here in Mombasa. It has been raining in the last couple of weeks, and you could also attach that to this particular event. And as we speak right now, they are saying that indeed there is a lot of danger here, an imminent danger here on this particular section of the building, because the clouds are still gathering, and you never know when it will rain here. And therefore, it looks like it's because of the strong winds around 4:30 a.m. that could have triggered all this particular section of, or rather this particular collapsing. But of course, this is a subject of reignition. It reignites, of course, the subject of the old structures in Mombasa County. Mombasa County has been characterized by old structures, the colonial buildings, and some of them, of course, have been put on the red as buildings that may collapse at any point. And of course, we saw some attempt by the county government of Mombasa a few weeks ago trying to come up with some program they are calling urban renewal program, to try and bring down the dilapidated structures to try and replace them with some modern structures. That is an attempt that, of course, is geared towards addressing this particular problem. And as it stands at this particular moment, yes, there are old structures in Mombasa that also could actually follow the same trend, Betty.
Right. Francis, talk to us about what police are saying. Obviously, you've said that they've said there are no, injuries or fatalities, which is a good thing. But why have they been so quick to confirm this? Yet you say that this building, is houses a nightclub and so many other facilities. Are they really sure that we do not have any people who are injured inside that building?
That is a concern that is actually held by so many people here. Most of the witnesses, or rather the people that we found on ground, that is the question that they're asking, why authorities could be so quick to make such a conclusion. Perhaps this could be triggered by the fact that it's a small part of this big building, and that they are thinking that perhaps it could actually gone down without any, and also looking at the timing of when it happened, they are also making conclusions that perhaps no one could be there. But after we assessed ourselves, looking at the debris, how they came down, and the magnitude of that particular collapse, we will actually not be so quick to conclude that there was no one inside. Right now, we've not seen any attempt from authorities rather to try and look into those debris. And this juncture really trying to say that nothing, or rather no one is actually trapped in that particular debris, is a question rather that is, of course, going to be contested by many, because really no much kind of scrutiny has been done here on the ground, and it's too early really to judge that no one has been trapped in that particular collapse.
Right. Francis, just before I let you go, talk to us about the activities that are ongoing there. We're seeing that the building is, tilting and collapsed, especially on one side. Are there any measures that have been put in place to ensure that people do not get close to the building, just in case, anything else happens?
Basically, as I indicated earlier on, is that this Nyali Mall is actually a busy one, and on the front part of this building, activities are ongoing. We are seeing some of the businesses going on, some of the hotels and other smaller businesses that are here actually going on. But there is a section of the part, or rather part of the building, where no much activities is being witnessed. Some of the shops are closed. And at this juncture, we have seen also police trying to make an attempt to cordon off the exterior part of this building to try and not allow anyone to get inside as they try to look into this particular matter. But as we stand right now, really no much activity is going on around that particular section. But on the bigger part of this mall, activities are ongoing. And really, as I indicated earlier, there looks to have been an attempt to really downplay this particular event. Which actually many are raising eyebrows and are asking questions why this should actually be the fact on the ground, because looking at the magnitude of this kind of collapse, it is not something really to be wished away. It's something really that needs a lot of scrutiny and a lot of seriousness to be put into, Betty.
Right, thank you very much, Francis Ntomwa. They're speaking to us from Mombasa County, of course, bringing us to speed with that building that has collapsed, a building called Nyali Mall.